So LeetCode 1725, number of rectangles that can form the largest square. So in this problem, you're given an array of rectangles, and you need to return the number of rectangles that can be cut up to make a square with a side length of max len. And what is max len? Max len is just the side length of the largest square that you can obtain from any of the given rectangles. So for example, here, these are the given rectangles, and you can map every of these rectangles to the biggest side length square that you can cut. So for example, from these rectangle, the biggest square that you can make would be 5. From this, it would be 3. From this, it would be 5. And from this, it would be 5 again. And so you have max len equals 5. And now you want to return the number of rectangles that can make a square with side length 5. And that's just 3. It's the first one, the third one, and the fourth one. Okay, so let's implement this logic. So we're going to divide the problem into two parts. So the first part is getting the maximum length of any square made from any of the rectangles. And then we are going to have a counter that is our result variable, which we are later on going to return. And then we're going to have a loop that goes through every rectangle and adds 1 to the result variable if you can make a square with a side length of max len, which we have calculated previously, right? So now all that's left is just to implement these two functions. So let's start with the get max len. So get max length is going to look at every rectangle and take the minimum between their length and their width. And that will give you the maximum length of that single rectangle. Now what you want to do is you want to take the maximum out of all of those minimums, right? So you just take the maximum between every rectangle mapped to the minimum between their two dimensions. Okay? Right, so that will give you the max len, and now what you want to have is this second function right here. So to do that, you just implement what the problem statement tells you. So the problem statement tells you that you can cut the rectangle to form a square with side length of k if L is greater or equal to k and W is also greater or equal to k. So yeah, just implement that in code and you're done. So you can make a square with a side length of length if L is greater or equal to the length and W is also greater or equal to the length. So that's it. I'll submit the solution to show that it works. And the time complexity here is O of n because you just go through every rectangle once or twice and like a constant amount of times. And then the space complexity here is O of n actually because of this lazy way of doing the maximum here, but there's nothing stopping you from using a better max function, and that will give you a O of 1 space complexity as well. So that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and bye.